Ladies and gentlemen, comrades in arms and loyal soldiers of the Terran Republic, lend me your ears, for today I am here to recount the purging of the heretical Vanu from the continent of Indar. As you can see, the plague had spread, a disgusting purple blight on the beautiful planet of Araxis, the rightful home of the Terran Republic. As a result, our brave soldiers were dispatched to deal with the heretical infestation. Galaxy dropships and mosquito escorts flew in unison in formation to engage at the tech plant of Havar. From the sky did come a righteous storm as the pitiful AA emplacements were grossly outmatched by platoon after platoon of brave, elite Terran shock troopers dropping from our Galaxy ships directly on top of the tech plant, preparing to capture what was once ours and soon will be again. With trademark efficiency, our squads secured the objective, and utilizing tactical ingenuity, we were able to take control of the AA and anti-ground turrets on the roof of the Vanu-controlled tech plant, bringing down many of the heretical and so-called technologically superior Vanu troopers. Make no mistake, loyal citizens of the Terran Republic, it is little but heretical propaganda. They utilize the same weapons we do. They utilize the same tactics we do, only without any of the trademark efficiency and loyalty of the Terran Republic, rendering them utterly worthless. To call such a cult a military force would quite frankly be an insult to anyone that has ever served under the banner. Feast your eyes, our loyal soldiers and subjects, on Terran armored superiority. Prowler tanks with double-barreled gun turrets, halberd anti-vehicle rocket launchers, A-30 Walker anti-aircraft emplacements, the mighty mailed fist of the Terran Republic escorted by the loyal and noble Lightning tank armed with Skyguard flak cannons. Hear the thunderous roar of our tank rollout, shaking the ground, kicking up dust as a mighty maelstrom of destruction, righteous destruction, being brought down upon our foes. Perhaps you are sitting safely at home, protected by our loyal troops, and thinking to yourself, how could I contribute to the Terran Republic war effort? How can I command one of these mighty war machines of destruction and justice? Well, dear viewer, no formal training is required in order to command the mighty Prowler main battle tank, only belief and loyalty until death. We would also appreciate basic navigation skills and spatial awareness, but those are not required. The Vanu, of course, scum, Xenos-loving heretics that they are, could not stand before our armored might, a resplendent display of military superiority. The amp station at Dahaka was soon liberated for the glory of the Terran Republic, and our untouched armored column continued its incredible display across the continent of Indar, engaging next at Alkali Shipping, where spottings of the cult had been made, and indeed we did run into a ragtag group of pathetic armored vehicles, so-called technological superiority. It turns out is no match for the firepower of the Terran Republic. Not that this should be a surprise to anyone. Our Prowler spearhead obliterated the Vanu forces with ease. The Vanu sovereignty, forsaking tradition in favor of flashy alien technology, believing themselves technologically superior to the Terran Republic's military might. What a ridiculous notion. Our armored column cut through them like a hot knife through butter. Xenos-worshipping insane lunatic butter, nowhere near as delicious or nutritious as the loyal Terran Republic standard issue butter. And why? Because the Terran Republic was bred for battle. Look upon it. A bastion of resistance from the so-called Vanu sovereignty. Sovereignty! What an ostentatious title for a ragtag group of insane cultists. Does it look like a bastion of resistance to you? Does it look like it's resisting anything under a barrage of loyal Terran Republic munitions? No, I did not think so. You see, this is what happens when you believe the lies of the Vanu sovereignty and their leader, Tobuscus, a man so mysterious that he has never been seen by anyone on the battlefield. Ooh, I cannot imagine why that would be. Perhaps it is because he's hiding in an underground bunker. No, I'm sorry, I would appear to have misjudged the man. You see, He has no military knowledge, ergo he would not know what a bunker was. I believe the official Vanu sovereignty military designation as provided to us by our loyal and fierce intelligence operatives would be the Happy Hidey Hole. After the appropriate amount of sweet Terran justice was applied to Quartz Ridge Camp, our armored column continued to ravage the continent and liberate it from the forces of oppression. We made our way up the chasm and ambush, a cowardly tactic deployed by the Vanu sovereignty, defeated by Terran might. The mighty Flash with the M40 automatic grenade launcher brings destruction to the pitiful Mag Rider, an armored main battle tank, you might say, defeated by a lowly quad bike. Who in their right mind would drive such a thing? Who in their right mind, I must ask, would ever represent this pitiful excuse for an empire? The answer, of course, my dear and loyal subjects, would be no man in their right mind. You see, the Vanu sovereignty calls itself an empire, a self-proclaimed military force, something with legitimacy, but we know the truth. We know that, in fact, they are merely an asylum for those ill-adjusted, the malcontents that could not integrate into the loyal and proper Terran Republic society, who would not submit to the mandatory mind wipes. And one must ask, why would you not submit to the mandatory mind wipe? What a pleasant and wonderful experience, almost like a massage of the brain, to expunge those ill thoughts, to bring you what the Terran Republic has most desired: peace, through superior firepower. As you can see, in a mere 6 minutes, half of the continent capitulated to its rightful owners, realizing, of course, that standing in the way of the Terran Republic military force was suicide. Indeed, worse than that, it was heresy. See how deeply we penetrate into their ill-gotten territory. Their supposed technological might, absolutely nothing against our superior training and numbers. Scythe interceptors, unstable, unreliable, and forbidden technology attempted to prevent our air wing from intercepting the Vanu gunships, but to no avail. Terran High Command, judging that the Vanu Air Force was not a significant enough threat to warrant the attention of our mighty and elite air wing, was soon gunned down by the might of the NS-10 Burster, dual-mounted flat cannons invented, of course, by the mighty and intelligent scientists of the Terran Republic, then stolen by the other two factions, but never used to their greatest effect due to inferior training and lack of loyalty. A wise and ancient Terran philosopher once said, "The definition of insanity is to repeat the same action over and over again while expecting different results." And so, for the next 30 minutes did the Vanu assault us with hundreds upon hundreds of their ill-gotten aircraft with exactly the same result: the utter and complete destruction of so-called Vanu air power. I would ask, brave viewer, what exactly the Vanu High Command was thinking when they decided to engage us with these aircraft in our heavily entrenched and superior defensive position. Well, one, that would imply that the Vanu has a high command, and two, that it was capable of thinking, and our intelligence officers assure me that neither of these is in fact the case. These so-called Vanu sovereignty soldiers are little more than circus performers, and wow, did they put on one hell of a show. Assuming, of course, that you like repetitive failure over the course of no less than 3 Terran days, as our brave platoons continued to hold the Highland Solar Station against all comers, their entire army spewed forth from the warp gate like some kind of petulant blight upon the land, and it was, of course, obliterated time and time and time again by the brave and stalwart defense of the Terran Republic military. And so it was with iron will and tactical superiority that the Terran Republic military might held the Highland Solar Station for the next 65 Araxian years, ensuring that our children and our children's children would never again have to endure the ramblings, the lunatic scripture of a madman leading this so-called empire, this faction, this cult they call the Vanu sovereignty. However, as you are no doubt well aware, loyal citizen of the Terran Republic, one must remain forever vigilant, for disease, for infestation, for plague can most easily arise once more. Will you be the scalpel that cuts out the infection? Will you be the doctor that cures the plague? Forgive, of course, the implication that you may have had any choice in the matter. Sign up for the Terran Republic military today. Click the link in the description below this video to join our mighty ranks and ensure that our lands remain clean and forever safe. I am, of course, your glorious and humble leader at your service, by which I mean you are at my service. And I'll see you next time.